Morning, Trainiacs. We are 10 minutes away from the start of Challenge Daytona 2019. It's race day. For me, I'm doing the sprint. Then after that, we're gonna come back and the pros are gonna race once it's dark under the lights at the Daytona International Speedway. This is gonna be cool. I'm gonna try to go fast. We're gonna see. 105 or better, we're hoping. We'll see. Normally, I'm not a fan of racing after Kona, but when I had the opportunity to race literally on the Daytona Speedway, I couldn't pass it up. So I dove into the sprint triathlon so I could get to race on the track and still have the energy to watch the pros later that night. More on that in a bit. After concentrating on half and full Ironmans for the past 4 years, I didn't remember what a sprint would feel like. Spoiler alert, they hurt. The swim in the Daytona Speedway infield was hard, wavy, punchy, and slow for everyone as I went 13:33 for the long 860-meter swim course. I had a lot of work to do if I wanted to get close to the podium as I got out of the water in 58th place. Fortunately, the bike course was fast, flat, and fun. 3.5 laps around the track, a small jaunt outside the track, and I moved up a lot with the 6th fastest bike of the day, going 29:55 for the 20 kilometers, which even included a 30-second brain fart when I biked off course. And it wasn't just me, 6 other athletes followed, thinking that was how the course was marked.
I'm sorry, I'm not laughing, but I'm just starting my bike.
Have a good one.
Road Napa, here at the
Towards the end where it says you go straight, you don't actually go straight.
Thank you for the heads up.
I'm watching.
Go Taren, let's go Taren!
The only thing left to do was run as fast a 5K as I could without my eyeballs popping out of my head. For the first time ever in a sprint, I ran under 20 minutes, going 19:49, finishing in a time of 1:05:44, good for winning the 35 to 39 age group and 4th overall out of 454 athletes. Funny thing about sprints, they feel like you're about to explode when you're racing them, but the second you stop, the pain is over. I got some hugs, handshakes, and showered up and got ready for the main show that night, the pro race under the lights of the Daytona Speedway later that night.
First place, 1 hour, 5 minutes, 44 seconds, Taren Giselle.
The men and women both started in the water and did 2 loops of the same swim course us sprint athletes did in the morning. The men came out in a bunched up group. Notably, Eric Lagerstrom was in the lead with BMC's Pablo de Pina close behind and Andrew Starkowitz and Lionel Sanders chasing. Lucy Charles, of course, got out well ahead of the pack, but admittedly, as she said in her British accent before the race, I really haven't done much since Kona. So the chase pack was ready to catch her. The coolest thing about the pro race is that we got to watch it all unfold. Lap after lap, we got to see who looked good, who didn't have legs, and who was moving up or back. Andrew Starkowitz got off the bike in first, but the running favorites Lionel Sanders and Pablo de Pina were right behind as they headed out into the dark. The women's field was tighter together as Paula Findlay and Olympic silver medalist Lisa Norden had chased Lucy Charles Barkley down. Out on the track, we got to see who was fit late in the year and who wasn't ready to hurt like they do in their main race season. Pablo de Pina and Lionel Sanders took the lead early and started battling over the 2 laps, while Paula Findlay shook Norden quickly, then Lucy Charles Barkley with 1 lap to go. In the end, finishing at pit row, Lionel Sanders broke Pablo de Pina to win the race while Paula Findlay hung on and Lucy Charles Barkley took second.
Lucy Charles Barklay takes second.
You know, when I used to be a pure runner, you know what I mean? And I started to say, hang on a second here, hold on. He's surging, then he slows down after the surge. So if you can just weather one surge and have enough to keep going, you can get the gap. And that's what happened. And then I had to just put the pressure on, and I was just praying because my hamstring was starting to cramp up. I was just praying that I wouldn't cramp and I'd fall over or something.
Sometimes I thought I can beat him, but yeah, finally after 10K, my legs start to go over. So yeah. But I'm really happy with the second position, so now it's the final of the season, spectacular here, so time to enjoy and rest and start again next year. That's really motivated.
Honestly, I just thought it was so cool to be running with Lucy, and I was like, she's definitely going to surge at some point, but I was just relishing in the moment because I've looked up to her and I follow her on social media and I watched her in Kona, so it's just so amazing to race an athlete of that caliber. And I know she's kind of on her off season or just coming back from being off from Kona, so it might not have been that way if she was fully fit, but I'll take it.
Yeah, we had quite a bit of fun there. I mean, at the beginning I thought, you know what, this feels quite steady, I'm just going to hang back and pretend like it's easy, and then at about 6K I was like, yeah, this is a bit longer than anything I've done for a while, so yeah, I just tried to hang in there, and I kind of knew that with the global points bonus I needed to finish in the top 2, so I was like, oh, as long as I can hang on to that I'll be happy. So, but yeah, we had a lot of fun out there. There was a bit of chit chat as well, so yeah, but friendly rivalry, which is nice, and what a course, it was so cool. So.
Thanks to everyone at Challenge Daytona for having us. You put on a great weekend, not just with those 2 races, but all the family events, the running races, and the kids events throughout the 3-day festival. If you're in the mood for a fast, flat, and fun race next year, I highly recommend it, Trainiacs. Later.